partial. I guess it's a good thing you can't hear it. Well, this just isn't working. Check. Okay. Well, now that I got that figured out. Let's test some of these. You make another account, Thunderbird? You finally made it. How's it been going? Can you hear me all right? Music too loud? I see that. What have you been up to, man? I'll be done with this painting one day. Seems like it's taken me forever. It took me the whole summer to do, and then 3 series of this to get this far. Well, dang, Thunderbird, what you been up to? Long time no talk. myself haven't been up to much lately, other than, well, I mean, I finished my work and I have my summer gig, and then the rest of it's just been hanging out and playing games and the like, and finally getting back into painting. I've got a little art show coming up, and I'm opening an Etsy store online so I can sell some of these. Not expecting much out of it, but it'd be cool to have somewhere to point to if anyone's interested. Anyone's ever interested, you know? It really depends on the painting. One of the ones, my, what is it? My 5th and 6th paintings I did in like 2 days. And then this one has taken me, this is episode 13, and then it's about an hour and a half each episode. So that's more than 13 hours total. But even that apparently is pretty quick, I hear. This one also isn't very big either, but it's got a lot of complex stuff going on inside it. So it makes it take longer. So probably around 15, 16 hours, something like that, just on this piece right here. I didn't stop painting this one because I'm having trouble remembering what I wanted to do with it. I know it's got to be a lot darker though. Expanding, yeah. I started this before I started going back to work in the summertime, so pretty sure it was this one. That sounds about right. Like I said, this one's taken me quite a while to work on. Doesn't help that I space each time I get on too far away, and I gotta remember what I was doing before I even start. Not a bright thing to do. Oh yeah, it does take quite a bit of time and patience. Also depends on the style you're doing and how you're doing it, how frequently. But then you could probably say that about almost anything. Heck, you can say that about your studies. Tests. That takes quite a bit of patience and time. It's like when I was learning to fly planes, that was quite a time sink. I missed out on a lot of things doing that. Yeah, I've had my second one for quite a while. When did I get it? I got it about the end of May is when I got my second one. How about yourself? You all vaxxed up? Sure to, eat healthy and all that. Next best thing. And getting scary out there again with all this new stuff. how much do they cost? I think because I'm a Alaska native, I got it for free. I didn't know how much the shot costs. Do you guys have the same choices there, or do you have your own pharmaceutical companies? Because I know in the States we have like Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. I think there's other ones too, but those are the most well-known ones. Are you wanting to get the shot, or what do you think? Okay, that makes sense. That doesn't sound terrible. Pretty cheap, actually, thinking about it. Sloppy. Oh, you're watching some of those? What'd you think? got busy. Scares you. I suppose it can be scary. It's never really scared me, but I've grown up around it. All my family members have been pilots. I got my license when I was 16. To me, it's almost as natural as driving a car. Okay. I'll wait to tell you the story till you get back. Song. Welcome back. So, a lot of what you go through flying, train for. So you're ready for it when it happens. Kind of think everyone should do that with the stuff they do, like driving. A lot of people don't know what to do if their car dies or anything like that. So, like, if your engine fails, you're taught to... First, you're taught to fly the plane. So basically, make sure you get a good airspeed so you don't fall out of the sky. And then next, you look for a spot to land. And so it would be aviate, navigate, and then communicate. So you establish a good airspeed, and then you look for a spot to land wherever you can. Just, you know, whatever your options are. And then the last one is talking to people. So the control tower, or, you know, traffic in the area, or whatever. Whoever you can get a hold of. And then you land the plane. But that doesn't really happen that often. If you run out of fuel, you probably did something wrong. That's something that's probably not going to happen. if it did, you would just do the same thing as if your engine failed, you know. And then if you hit a bird and bird strikes, they do happen, just not as much as you'd think. Most birds try and stay away from you, or you fly above them. But in the instance that it happens, you know, depends on how it hit. Like if it took out one of your props, that'd be a big deal. But it wouldn't knock you out of the sky. It's not like a cannon. You just deal with it the best you can, and land the plane as soon as you can. All in all, I mean, I flew since I was 16, and then I flew for 4 years commercial, and I never had a bad incident. Like I've had moments when I was stuck in a small village for 3 or 4 days while we waited on maintenance, but nothing was ever that bad. Aviation's fairly safe, especially nowadays. It's actually specific to the plane, so it's not, well, it really depends on the plane and your own abilities. So like, I've been up to 17,900 feet, because if I go above that, I'm in a different kind of airspace, and my airplane was unpressurized, so I didn't have, I did have oxygen tanks, that's right, but we didn't want to go into Class A airspace, so we didn't go any higher than that. Yeah, highest I went was 17.9, around there. So that's pretty good, pretty high up there. In my little tiny plane that I had, I actually sold that this year. In that plane, I think the service ceiling, that plane specifically, could only go up to 10,000 feet, but I don't even think it could physically do that, honestly. It was kind of it's a little tin can with a tiny 100-horse engine, it's not going to do very much climbing. The highest I ever got in that plane was about maybe 5,000 feet, 5,500. Probably the highest I ever went in that plane. I sold that plane this year, and I got like 5 acres of land out of it, so that was pretty good deal. Something cool to know though is if you're in an unpressurized plane, you can only go up to 9,999 feet, because above that you need oxygen tanks. Because if you don't, you'll get hypoxic and pass out. Fall asleep at the controls. Not a good situation. And that's above, I want to say it's above sea level, not ground level. If you watch the video of mine in the winter, where I take off and I'm like turning and talking on the radio, and then everything's snowy outside. If you watch that video, I probably don't go above 800 feet in that one, because I never leave controlled airspace. So I went from one airport to another, and then landed all within 10 minutes or so. I think the video is pretty short. So that was fairly low. But if I'm flying somewhere in that plane, my standard altitude is probably around 2,500 feet or so. Little tiny tin can. Oh, no. You'll just, if you, and it's not, that's just a rule of thumb. If you go up to 10,000 feet without oxygen, you'll slowly get more and more tired or silly. People react to hypoxia differently. I know I can go all the way up to 18,000 without oxygen and feel fine, because we tested it. It was training, so like the captain had oxygen on and I didn't, and we figured out how I'd react to hypoxia, and I really didn't. My face got a little flushed. Other than that, I was fine. Whereas we had a third guy in the plane. He got super silly, and he started to saying he's gonna do push-ups and he's gonna I don't know, run around the plane or something. He just got really silly. And that's what hypoxia does to you. It cuts off, there's not enough oxygen going to your brain. It's the opposite of hyperventilating, basically. So at around 10,000 feet, people start to change a little bit. And that makes it unsafe. That's why the rule is there. No, so you'll be physically safe. It's kind of a drunk feeling, I guess. Yeah. It definitely changes how you think in the moment. Yeah, you could say that it kind of gets you drunk. Not fully accurate, but yeah, basically. Windshield wiper. The big plane I flew had a pair of windshield wipers, and they moved so fast it was crazy. But my little plane didn't. Which water wasn't an issue, because if you're going 100 knots, 100 miles per hour or whatever, the rain just kind of flows right off, especially if you have Rain-X or something on the windshield. It helps keep the water off. The problem is if you get a bunch of bugs and dirt on the windshield, then you got to clean it off basically before every flight. And like pledge or something to clean it off, because it's made out of not actually glass in those little tiny planes. It's a type of fiberglass. Or plexiglass, I mean, not fiberglass. I've been lucky enough to never have bird poo all over the windshield. There's been a few times we hit a seagull once in the big plane with the wingtip, and the only damage it had was a little light on the end of the wingtip, and it took that light out, and of course it also exploded the bird. There was nothing left. But they fixed that within like 5 minutes of landing. Luckily, the captain I flew with was a mechanic. That helped out a lot. Almost made it too easy on me because I didn't have to do anything. Yeah. Well, that's not the only thing we've hit. We also hit. We landed on a fox. Like the craziest timing ever. The fox ran across the runway right as we were landing, and you can't really go around for a fox, especially if you can't really see it. So unfortunately, that fox didn't make it. Yeah, it ran it over. And the seagulls, They were always in the way. We tried not to hit them, but they were just always there. It's like they made it a point to get in the way. So they kind of deserved it. Yeah, R.I.P. that fox. I remember we kept the tail because that was the only thing really usable after that, but it was a pretty red fox. One time we were flying over, it's not a village, it was a military satellite. Base is kind of a strong word, but that's what it was. It was a satellite base. And we tried to stay out of the way as much as we could, but at about 500 feet or so on landing, we looked down and we saw it was more than 500 walrus. That was a crazy day. Crazy day. I saw some pretty crazy stuff when I was flying, though. I saw thousands of reindeer, and I saw about 20 or so wolves hunting those reindeer. In one flight, I saw 47 moose, which is crazy. It still surprises me. And that was a short flight too. Like, how long was that flight? It was 13-minute flight. And I saw 47 moose. Yeah, it's weird to think about, but it makes sense if you think about it, you know, logically. Pressure of just the atmosphere and whatever else is above you. What's really crazy is, what is it? There's something involved in space that'll, if there's no atmosphere and you're exposed to it, you basically kind of boil away. Like, we're protected by our atmosphere and magnetosphere. And that's why the moon, or not the moon, that's why Mars is such a interesting problem to solve. Firebird sus. I thought it had some sticking power. There were channels that held on for a long time. They still revisited a bit. But yeah, it did kind of vanish abruptly, didn't it? I kind of miss it every once in a while. And then there was another one like Project Winter. That was a fun one too. But that is the way of things. Among Us made some rich kids though. So those streamers who were mainly streamed that. They made quite a chunk of change. I tried to play it a couple times, but none of my friends were really interested in it. Some of them got like anxiety playing the game, like they didn't like lying and stuff. Like, yeah, it's understandable, I suppose. I was part of the beta for Fortnite before they ripped off PUBG. That was back when they were a base building game where you fought zombies and not each other. And I actually liked it back then, and then they changed it completely. It doesn't even exist anymore. For sure. Do you play games much, or are you still just mostly browsing Twitch and whatnot? PC building simulator. One of these things is not like the other. Those are all good games. Have you ever tried out like what should we call it? Games for Gold or whatever, the Game Pass. Game Pass, that's the Microsoft one. They get a ton of free games on Game Pass. Well, not free because you gotta pay for the subscription, but you know what I mean. Not potato PC, beef PC, Big Mac PC. It's alright, my computer is not top of the line. I built it in like 2012 and I really haven't upgraded it since. Zombie Dell that I had. Made of like 3 computers I got for free. Good times. Oh yeah, C++, sure. Good stuff. I don't think that was an option when I was in school. I think the option was HTML and that was it. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I think I could see how that'd be an issue. What kind of program was it? What did it do? Had my own issues with the program lately. I was trying to make a MIDI controller for a friend of mine, a soundboard type thing for beats and digital sound files and whatnot. But it never, the program never compiled correctly. That was a shame. I can't figure out how to fix it. Time I try and do that for a while, I think. Is that starting to look like a natural forest? Kinda. Starting to get there, I think. weren't ever able to compile it. Just didn't work out. Where does this road lead to? Well, this road, or path, it's not really a road. It leads through a park called Kincaid Park. K-I-N-C-A-I-D, Kincaid. And it goes through one of the biggest parks, like in a city. It cuts through a portion of Anchorage, and if you follow this path around and to the right, it splits off way back here, and there's a dirt path that goes one way and a cement path that goes the other, and the cement path wraps around Anchorage along the shoreline, and the dirt path goes down to a almost Hawaii-like sandy beach, and pretty cool down there to go hang out, sit in the sun or whatnot. But you just got to be careful because there is bears in the area. Go to Alaska, yeah. I hope you do. Yeah, you could probably look up a lot of pictures online about Kincaid, and this is just one of the corners. It's right in the park. I like bears. I like bears too, as long as they're not, too close to me. They keep their distance, I'll keep mine, and we'll be good. Look like a bear? What's that mean? Super hairy. I've got a couple friends like that. I'm not very hairy, which is fine because I don't really like butt hair all that much, but on myself at least. Yeah, I've got a couple friends that are wool sweater, you know what I mean? Yeah, you're not the only one to think that. I've had more than one person ask me if I lived in an igloo. And I was like, oh yes, I've got this big 2-story igloo. And I have my dog team outside. It was surprising how many people believed me, I gotta say. I even like put on the accent and everything. I would have thought the same thing about Alaska if I hadn't grown up here. Obviously brighter than it would be in real life because I haven't finished all the really dark leaves up here and then the shading that'll be here. So it's quite a bit brighter than you would think. But it really does get like neon green early spring. And then everything just turns either bright neon green or dark almost emerald green. Like vanilla ice cream. Snow with a little, or water with a little salt. I think you got some bad snow, because it should just taste like water. Man, that'd have been crazy if snow actually tasted like, you know, ice cream and whatnot. I think everyone would walk around eating the snow. Alright, well, Thunderbird, I think I'm at about an hour and a half now. I think I'm going to call it a night. It's about 1:30 a.m. here, so I'll probably go pass out now. Getting close on this one, though. Thinking maybe 2 or 3 more kind of episodes, and I might have this one done. And I still got one other one to do before I have my little art show. So, yeah, 4 p.m. Yeah, the time difference is crazy. Almost 12 hours difference. All right, man. Well, I think I'm gonna call it there. You have a good rest of your day, huh? stay safe out there. And I'll probably be back on, if not tomorrow, or probably the next day. I'm trying to do a lot more of these streams. So yeah, man, take it easy. Have a good night. I'll talk to you later.